attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and packs. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and whenever we last left off, Doomslayer and Ghost Rider, they've just broken into hell to save Midoriya. Now, with that being said, he was also able to meet up with and find survivors. He found people he knew, surprisingly. Now, the place he found them at, they call it by one name. This place is called Outer Heaven. Now, some explanation as to what's going on. After the portal to hell opened in Japan, it quickly began to spread. Demons quickly began to try and circulate all around the globe. Meanwhile, angels, they began to launch their own assault on the earth. Whereas a large force of them began to fight their way towards Japan, others were scattered. The attack was simply just to make sure that they could save as many people as possible. Not survive as many people as possible, like I was about to say. Anyways, now, let's pick up Midoriya. He is simply just asking one question. After he's been reunited with his guardian angel, and does actually feel his body properly healing, he's trying to get information out of everyone. Now, let us pick up roughly about a week later. After Midoriya has gotten a hot meal, a few of them, and seen a doctor. The doctors who examined Midoriya, yikes. They found that not only has Midoriya's body and, well, physical appearance heavily been altered, they find that the internal bone structure inside of his body does not match up with what they believe is normal. Every time they look at a picture of Midoriya's bone structure, it's quite simple. Everything looks cracked and destroyed. His muscles should not even be working. Midoriya should either be comatose, dead, or quite simply just ripped apart and put into a meat shredder. Something that would not be recognizable. Now, after asking exactly where he has been, after explaining it, they do believe that they can understand a bit more. And you do have the fact that after meeting and talking with May again, she goes over everything. Now, let's pick up with Midoriya roughly a week later, after being explained everything. Midoriya, he's actually gotten out of his bed, and is able to somewhat stand on his feet and walk around. His guardian angel asking him if he is alright. Midoriya responding with yes. He is perfectly fine. Well, alright. You really should not be able to push yourself, however. I think I'm doing okay. Are you sure? Yes. You know me. Resilient and stubborn bastard. But my question is, what about May? Was she fine? Ah, Miss Hatsume. Yes, she was actually quite surprised. She didn't really realize what was going on. I found her in a pile of rubble, with multiple different punctured organs. Shit. I was so focused on Mr. Something. Mr. Hatsume. I didn't realize I didn't put enough shit in that suit. Oh, actually, quite the contrary. The amount of shit, as you put it, you put in that suit kept her alive. In fact, from what she has done calculations on, if you did not put in certain hydraulics and actually things in certain places that they were currently at, her heart would have been pierced by something else, and she would have been murdered that day. What? She would have died if it was not for your interference with her designs. Oh, that's good. Still not comforting, however. It was not meant to sound comforting. It was meant as a way to help give you peace of mind. You know, you seem a lot better at being human. Well, I should know. At this point, what? 5 years, 6 years? I've been on Earth for that long. I see. So, is there any way you can tell me of how we can stop this thing? Well, I believe that finding Mr. Something might be in proper orders. Really? I come back to Earth and you're gonna tell me to go after the motherfucker who knocked out my lights the first time? Well, I'm not too sure what to pose. Other than the simple fact that you are going to want to get power. Yeah, I know. But you're not telling me that there's any way else I can get stronger? I do not condone it. What is it? I just told you I do not condone it. You are a very special case. So I believe that I could share this with you. Technically, I myself have gone rogue. Alright, so that means that I am neither on heaven nor hell's side. Alright. Because of my long-standing non-interference with the war on either side, I believe that I should either head back to my war, or I can do something. What are you talking about? What do you mean something? Well, it's sort of like this. I can completely bond with your soul. Why do you say that like that's a bad thing? Because it is. Once I permanently bond with you, that means that there would be no going back. You yourself become something more. Half human, half angel. Not only would you be able to abuse the power, but you'd have access to something more. What? Well, that's just it. I give up my own physical existence and give you the ability to simply live at a cost to my own. You are not doing that. Well, I simply stated that it would allow you to win. I never stated how it would affect everything else. Listen, that is not happening. You've given up quite a lot. Hell, you've done me favors. You've done a lot to help keep me safe and my family. You kept my father alive, you kept me alive. The least I can do is allow you to exist. But I do not believe you understand. This is a war. And wars have casualties on both sides. So that doesn't mean we need to add one more to it. Is there anything else you can think of? Something less, well, murdery than what you already said. Ha. Well, I was really hoping it would not come to this. Now, as Midoriya is talking with his guardian angel, he is interrupted. Now, he is interrupted by Bakugo. Bakugo telling Midoriya to come with him. He needs to show him something. Alright. Now, Midoriya does leave, heading out with Bakugo to see exactly what he wants him to see. Now, Bakugo begins to inform Midoriya. Whenever they do get to their destination, Midoriya, he does see it. He tells Bakugo, "What is this?" And Bakugo responds, "To use that little vision thing." As soon as Midoriya turns on his vision, he can see it. Out in the distance, there it is. The Holy War. He sees red, purple, blue, everything in that single direction. There it all is. Going on. What the hell? Close. Not a lot of us are aware of what to call that, but since you're able to see it, I'm guessing it's going on a lot more. That is the war. Through combined efforts of humans, angels, and everyone on the planet, we've been able to keep them at bay, hold the line. But we're not sure how much longer it's going to last. Most of the world's population, we've all gone dark. We haven't gotten communications in certain areas. And there's a bit of a fear going around. This is outer heaven. We believe it to be the last place on Earth for humanity now. The last ship. The last vessel. Over, what is it? Roughly, if my math is correct, this place was brought up by the very angels that are fighting. The construction of this place took years, but they got it done faster. Now, this place contains over 500 million people. What? That's not possible. Yes, it is. Listen. You might not like the sound of this, but magic is everywhere. Hell, you said it existed, so I'm telling you. 500 million. Whenever you think this place ends, it just keeps going, and going, and going. Once you reach a wall, hell, it feels like it just gets wider and wider and wider. In fact, look over there. Midoriya doing so. He expects to see the other end of the wall, but he can't. What? Where is it? That's just it. Up here you're able to see through the magic. Down there you're not. It all looks normal because it's supposed to appear normal. If it looks out of the ordinary, people start freaking out. Fuck me. No, I'm good. Anyways, there's something else I think you should know. About 3 years ago, my dad died. Oh, sorry, man. You're fine. But that's not the worst part. On Emergence Day, the first day hell reigned on Earth, within 24 hours, well, a lot of people died. Among them being my mother. Oh. Are Are you okay? No. In fact, it's up to the younger generation now. Todoroki lost his dad. We lost a lot of pro heroes. And even then, we're still losing people. Hell. Have you seen one of these suits? What? Bakugo just holding up a picture, saying one of these. No, that looks a lot like. It is. Specially made. Specially designed. However, shitty drawbacks. Humans have a little bit of a shortcoming. When they die, they go to hell. And they're inscribed into Hell's army. So, this is a way to combat it. The suit runs off of your soul. Once you die, the suit absorbs it and uses your power, or your soul, as energy. They can run typically for a couple, 100 days. Typically, some longer than others. What the fuck? Yeah, you're telling me. I'm not putting one on anytime soon, but there's plenty of people down there eager to jump in one. Hell, some people even said that they've sacrificed their lives inside of it just so that they have extra power. Sadly to tell you this, man, you might have been in hell, but we've been living it. A lot of people don't believe in us anymore. A lot of people have given up. But that's why you're here. Bakugo says, moving forwards, putting his finger directly on Midoriya's chest, saying that you're here because people gave up. You're here because you're a symbol. You're here because people know you as the Angel of Vengeance. So start acting like it. Now, Bakugo says that last part with a lot of anger in his voice. And Midoriya does one thing. Manifesting his wings. Now, with that being said, Bakugo, he somewhat sees this. He is not able to say any words. Midoriya just putting them away. And telling Bakugo that he might have been experiencing hell, but he didn't go through over 1,000 years of torment. So while you've been living it, I've been experiencing it, all as a living man. Now, eventually, May, she does arrive, landing on top of the wall and asking them exactly what they're doing. She said to bring Midoriya to him whenever he was ready. Sorry, Hatsume, I've been talking with my brother. Yeah, Bakugo here is just informing me about all the crazy shit that's been going on. Yeah, well, crazy's a bit out of the norm right now. Hell. In fact, it might as well be the fucking norm, actually. With everything that's happened, we need you here. I know. I just don't know if I can face him again. Not like this. But tell me. Midoriya says, looking down at his hand, asking his guardian angel, what is his other way of getting power? What does he need to do? And she begins to inform him. What he is going to have to do is not going to be very pretty. In fact, it is going to break some rules and mean that he will neither be human, angel, or demon. He will become an entirely new being of existence entirely. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he simply just begins to follow May. while his guardian angel begins to give him the explanation. Midoriya is going to need to eat demon souls, and possibly, in fact, human souls. That last part Midoriya said no to. People have a right to exist, demons do not. There is a difference. And she began to inform him. If Midoriya succumbs to corruption, then that means that he himself will become a demon. Not only does it mean that he will be targeted and actually terminated by heaven, but she herself will actually do the job, in case he begins to forget where he came from. Now, with that being said, Midoriya does actually listen to his angel, while also listening to May. May is talking about exactly what they have been doing. They've been creating technologies over and over again to try and combat new threats that pop up. And the Doomslayer and the Ghost Rider have been big helps. However, those two do not want to specify where they came from. They only specify that they came from, well, a place they were needed. They were called here. They don't ever specify about where, though. Now, everyone is completely unaware as to who the Ghost Rider and the Doomslayer is. They only know them from tales on the battlefields. Now, with that being said, Midoriya does go to see Mr. Shields. And meeting up with him, he does walk in on an argument. Momo is yelling and screaming at someone that she has proven herself more than anyone. The man who wears her father's face is a fucking demon, a fallen angel, an abomination, and she has nothing to do with it. Shouting that she's decapitated, murdered, and maimed many demons. So, she has a right to speak her opinion. It doesn't even mean you have to try and brand her as a traitor every chance they get. Now, Momo is saying that to somebody who looked particularly pissed off. And the person just walked away, walking past Midoriya on the way out and just staring at him for a second. As he walked in, Mr. Shield began to explain it. Now, Mr. Shield explains a bit more things. He explains that they currently have a strategy. They are going to try and loop around the back of the battlefield and try to find exactly where they can close this portal at. They believe that in the old city, they will be able to find some place. They have been searching for quite some time. And in fact, they believe that the place to close the portal might be in hell. So, the entire operation is going to need some extra firepower. Asking Midoriya if he is up for the mission and up for the task. To which he simply begins to inform Mr. Shield yes. Now, May tries to tell Midoriya to slow down. He just got back from there, and heading back in will not be the smartest decision. And Midoriya tells her that he has had enough of that place for one single lifetime. If he knows on his conscience that he has to go back there, then he is not going to go back there. If he is able just to get it out of his way, then he's going to do it. If they can close that portal to hell, then they will close it. But that's just it. He is going to do something that will probably not go over well with her either. Explaining to her the situation along with Mr. Shields. He knows how he can get stronger, but it involves eating demon souls. Now, they're not too keen on that since they don't know what kind of repercussions it could have on Midoriya. But he simply just begins to inform them. He can handle it. If he needs to, then he will kill himself before he believes that he would be a threat to anyone else. Informing them all that he can do it. Just trust him. Now, meanwhile, let us cut over to Mr. Something. He himself has been annoyed. He's heard a bit of a rumor going around hell. Not only has his little, trophy escaped, but someone took it. Mr. Something believes it to be an angel, or simply just a squad of humans with holy weaponry. As soon as he does find the bodies, he is aware as to who did it. The Ghost Rider. And from the red paste he sees in the halls, it's quite obvious that the other man who did this was the Doomslayer. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. Catch you guys in the next part.